guys, I am super excited to make these lasagna roll-ups. Have you guys ever tried to make lasagna roll-ups? Now, without any meat, of course, because as you know, I've been meatless for close to 5 years, and I'm excited. So every time I run in the Kroger, I check out all the meatless options, and they usually have some really good choices. So I got my ingredients to make the lobster, the lasagna roll-ups, but I couldn't help looking at the chips. What is your passion? Like, let me tell you, I love chips, and as you can see, they got me because I've got some in my bag. Anywho, I was able to grab some romaine lettuce. I also got some tomato pasta sauce. I love the tomato and basil sauce. It's so good, and such a good price too. I also got some ricotta cheese, and this is what makes it lasagna, right? So when you mix all the ingredients together, it just makes it delicious. Some fresh vine tomatoes, some Italian style blend shredded cheese. I also got Parmesan and some more mozzarella. We already had some lasagna noodles, pasta noodles at home, so I was able to just use what I had. So first, as you know, you're going to get your boiling water going, and then you're going to start preparing for the lasagna. So as that starts to boil, I just made my way around to get the filling together. One of the cool things about being at home with my parents right now and helping them out is that my dad has an amazing garden in the back. So we can go out back and get tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers. There's strawberries coming in, there's squash, all kinds of good stuff in this neighborhood backyard, right? It's so crazy. But right now I'm just gonna grab some basil. Look at that, so amazing. And just the aromas that you can smell from this herb garden is just really so much fun. So I just took my time and got some sun, and you can see my dad back there in the back working. Hey, Dad. And I am gonna go back and finish working on my lasagna roll-ups. Okay, so the pasta noodles are cooking away pretty good. So what you want to do is just let them cook for a little bit. Like, you don't want them to be completely cooked. You want to grab them out of the water and lay them on a pan and let them lay flat so that you can roll them up. So you want to also make sure that they're not on top of each other so that they don't get too sticky. So as I'm pulling these out, and I actually want to just say I think I made 4 because they're so filling. And especially if you're cooking for one person or 2 people, making 4 roll-ups and each person having 2, or because you're probably only going to eat 1.5 because they actually are really filling. And if you put a nice side salad with it or some garlic bread, it is a great, small, easy, quick dinner for the summer or for the fall or spring. Anytime you want this, it's really easy to make. So just take your time and enjoy and have fun. And once you get your pasta rolled out, you'll see it here, or not rolled out, but laid out to prepare to put the filling on. You can just keep them to the side there until you're ready. And you might want to have a drink too. I love these new Blue Moon Light Sky. It's pretty delicious and low calorie too. So let's make this filling. I got the ricotta cheese. I'm going to dump that in a bowl. And then you can, to me, I think your filling can be whatever you want because it's really all about the cheese, right? So you're going to make sure that you have all of your favorite cheeses in this dish. I don't tend to put very much like cheddar or American cheese. A lot of the white cheeses are good in this Italian lasagna dish. So I'm going to add some mozzarella, and I'm also going to add some Parmesan, or actually I'm going to put some more Italian style blend of the cheese in there as well. So we're going to add that in. I'm going to rinse off this basil because it's been outside for so long, just growing in the sun, and we're going to chop that up. And I normally would add spinach in this or mushrooms, but I'm just going to add some basil because I did not have a chance to go get some spinach when I was at the grocery store. I forgot. One of those things, you know. I thought we had some, but we really just had romaine lettuce. So I'm going to add some basil, which is, oh, it smells so good, so fresh. And some garlic, as you can see. And also, I had to use this big giant knife because apparently not one of the knives in my mother's drawer were working to my qualities. So I just really had to like stop it because it was just doing too much. So this knife was a little bit better and a little bit easier to cut because it actually did cut, right? So I chopped up a piece of garlic as well and put that in the mixture, as you will soon see. So I love the smell of garlic too. It's just very aromatic, and it of course gets all over your hands and all over everything, but it just smells so good. And I was able to, there's 2 cloves in here, so I just used the bigger one and put the smaller one aside because I'll probably will use that for something else. So I just chopped this up and was trying not to chop my fingers off with this big giant knife, but you know, you got to work with what you got sometimes. And we are actually going to put a new knife set on the list for my parents for Christmas, birthday, something, because this got to happen. Anywho, we added some salt and pepper into the ricotta and cheese mixture. I threw the basil and garlic in there. Then I'm going to put some sauce in the bottom of this, just a really small round cooking dish. Like, it's just a dish. It's not very deep either. So once we add the cream filling to the lasagna pasta and roll them up, they'll fit nicely into this dish. So it's super easy. Just take your time and have some fun. I think that cooking is very therapeutic for me. It allows me a chance to create something because I am a creator, and I just really enjoy either finding a recipe and being inspired by it, trying to make it my own, and just learning flavors and how to put things together and doing something different, right? Don't you know you usually have lasagna just horizontal, right? Let's roll it up. I was like, that's pretty dope and super cool. And let me tell you, you can make 4 of these. Like, it's just me often. And if I'm making this for dinner, I can have some for lunch. And I probably would just eat 1 for lunch. So get it full, fill it up, and put it on your pasta, and then you're just going to simply roll it up. It's really a no-brainer. You're going to add some sauce to it so that there's sauce on the middle. I didn't really like a lot of sauce inside of mine, but you do want to have that lasagna layered effect, so this will help with that. Super easy, right? So once you get your layers all complete, you're just going to make sure you have enough sauce in the bottom of your dish. And then you're going to get to roll it. Super easy. So I'm going to roll these up one at a time, of course, unless I had a helper, but I don't today, so I'm going to do it by myself. And we're just going to roll that up. So I'm going to pull it over closer so you can see. Like, it's like not rocket science, guys. So just roll up your pasta and be careful so that you don't have too much spillage and things falling out the side. But it does stay pretty compact. So once you get it in, and see how big this is, like, it's a good bite. Like, that's a big piece. So enough serving for 1 to 2 people, especially if you're going to have a side salad or some garlic bread, and then you're just going to fill up your dish. Okay, so I actually was able to fit 5 roll-ups in here. And what I'm going to do is position them, because this dish is round. I'm going to make sure that they are not overcrowded, but I also want to make sure that the end of the pasta is facing down in the dish so that when I go to pull it out after it's cooked, then it won't make a mess and it won't come apart. So it just makes it easier. And then you're going to add some more pasta sauce on top. Yes, get it in there so that as it's cooking, it will have some sauce and some liquid to really cook the noodles and sauce in the dish. So that way it will all cook evenly and have enough liquid so that it doesn't burn. And you also want to make sure you add some more cheese. I put the Parmesan cheese on the top of this dish so that I can put it in the oven and it will melt down. So here's what it looks like prior to going into the oven. 400 degrees. We're going to throw it in here and wait for the dinner to be ready. So I'm gonna let this cook and bake really good for about 20 minutes. Now keep in mind the pasta's already cooked, the sauce is pretty much good to go. You just want to warm everything up. So keep an eye on it. If you want it to be a little bit more bubbly, then you let it sit in there. But I think it's looking good. You can see the cheese starting to ooze out the side, and it's just going to be amazing. So grab a serving spoon and get in there. Okay, guys, so what do you think about this super simple and easy dinner? I think it's so nice to have something on hand that you can just make pretty easily that you know is going to be delicious, right? And the convenience of being able to mix up the filling. If you want to do spinach or mushroom, you can add that, or you can just have it without any veggies in it. But I think this was a great meal and it was super delicious. As you can see, the cheese is just kind of oozing and it was very filling. I hope you enjoy this video and that you take time to try this recipe on your own. Have a great day.